Hi, I'm Amanda, and I'm guessing that we may have more in common than we realize, even though perhaps we've never even met each other yet. But I would love to share a little bit about my story and what's happened and see if you can relate to any of this. My guess is you're the kind of mom that can hear your child sneeze 3 bedrooms away in the middle of the night. And you're the mom that would always hold your child in your arms when they're sick and not feeling well and make them feel better. You're also the mom that picks up the school supplies and drives to and from practices and does all the running around because you love your children and you are doing the best that you can. You also may be the mom that has some worry and some frustrations or some fears, like I did. Let me share, a couple of years back, my oldest daughter, I have 4 daughters, started having spontaneous seizures. They seemed to come out of left field and oh my gosh, I don't even like to think about that. That was like the worst time of our entire life, our whole family. Because for about 4 months straight, she was having repeated seizures, anywhere from 10 to 15 in a day. And it all started on a cloudy Sunday afternoon in April. She had come home from a camping trip with her dad and her other sister and was sitting at the table doing homework and all of a sudden started having a seizure. She was drooling and grunting and just stiffen up, and I didn't even know what it was. So we called the paramedics. Obviously, when they came, she had come to, but she couldn't speak for a while. And they recommended that we take her to the emergency room to get her checked out right away. And something inside my gut just kind of was like leery about that. I don't know, I felt like she's so exhausted after such a long weekend, maybe we should just let her rest and sleep it off. But my husband was like, no, absolutely, we should get this checked out. And we took her into the emergency room. And after that, she had another seizure in the ER. When the doctors all came in and we were explaining what happened, she started seizing again. And they, ran a whole bunch of tests. To make a long story short, she ended up being hospitalized for 4 days, and they did MRIs, EEGs, CAT scans, you name it, everything I felt like under the sun to determine what was happening and why she was having seizures. But the crazy thing was, she would have a seizure every time a group of doctors came into the room. We were at a teaching hospital, so kind of like Grey's Anatomy, you know how like the doctors go on rounds and they come in once a day? Every morning between like 10 and 11 a.m., this group of doctors would come in to do rounds and talk about her case, and that's when she would start to have a seizure. And oh my gosh, it was like the worst experience ever to see your child just in a really tough situation. And you feel completely helpless. And what was so frustrating to me, I have to be candid, because I kind of got angry because at the time we were not given a conclusive explanation for why these seizures started to occur. They said sometimes this happens in kids her age, either genetic or something, just whatever the case may be, she can start to have seizures, and that crops up between the ages of 7 and 11, yada, 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 all the stats they can give us. And some children outgrow them, some don't, it sticks with them for life, but we'll just kind of have to wait and see. And that just totally did not settle with me, because in my heart, I knew there had to be something we were missing. There was something about the circumstances and the 48 hours that led up to that initial Sunday afternoon seizure. And I don't know, even when they were saying, nothing in her CAT scan, nothing in her MRI indicates any problem in her brain to cause the seizure. There's no tumor, there's no growth, there's no developmental problem. I just knew that there was something missing that we weren't understanding. And we did start giving her medication. In fact, she got to a point of being on 4 different anti-seizure medications at the same time, just because that was the only way to get them to stop. Like I said, with seizures, once you have 1, it's easier to have a second. Once you have 2, it's easier to have more. So she got to a point where she was having them almost daily, anywhere from 10 to 15 in a day. And it was scary. There was a moment when I picked her up from the bottom of a pool in my parents' house. Another time where she fell over and cracked her head on her bedroom mirror. So at any moment, I didn't know when her life could be in danger. And during that time, I have 3 other daughters that were younger than her. And my husband and I were kind of conflicted, because he was like determined to just continue to follow course with what the doctor said and figure out what needs to happen in terms of more medication to stop these. And yes, of course, I wanted them to stop because I needed her to be safe, but it wasn't ringing true. There's something that I'm like, there has to be more pieces to the puzzle that we're missing and not understanding for why these are occurring. She's an otherwise healthy child. I don't understand this. And then a miracle happened. I found a coach who completely changed things, and I will forever be grateful to her, because she helped me to understand in a much deeper way what was happening inside my daughter's body and what was impacting her, even more so than the doctors. The doctors had great expertise, but they kind of took it to, here's the situation, here's the solution, and she was able to take me a step further in the process and really understand a strategy for how we can help her heal. And more importantly, she gave me the belief that it was possible for her to heal and live a life that would be seizure-free. And that was just so life-changing, and working with her. And then since then, my husband and I have worked with many other experts and had that accountability to keep us moving forward in a path to help our daughter heal. The reason I'm sharing this with you today is because I want that same thing for you. You may be in a situation right now where you have a concern about one of your children. And it may be something completely not as significant as seizures, or 10 to 15 seizures in a day. And that's great, but I understand nonetheless, you still have moments where you're feeling anxious, where you're feeling uncertain or doubtful or powerless because you don't know how you can help your child. But yet you may have that little nugget, like I did, that says there's got to be something more to this. There's got to be some pieces of the puzzle that we haven't quite put together yet. And I want you to know there is, and there is tremendous resources and help that we can share with you. Like I said, there were 3 things that we have since spent tens of thousands of dollars and years continuing to learn and develop. And we want to share this with you because it changed our life. It's our way of giving back. Those 3 things really come down to having a strategy to develop a deeper understanding of all of the different areas of your child's life that are impacting their health and happiness. Even things like their physical nutrition, their connection and ability to feel understood for who they are in the relationships that are in your family and around them. Also their activity levels and their faith, their belief about what is possible and what can be new opportunities in the future. There's so many different things that really impact our overall health and well-being. And we want to share that with you with a really proven strategy to get to the other side. The second piece that is so helpful is that stretch in mindset. Surround yourself with people that have experienced change. Maybe your child has ADD or autism or food allergies. Surround yourself with a community of people that have overcome those and they no longer have those difficulties in their life, so you can start to believe that it's possible for your child as well. And the third thing is that loving tribe. In life, everything we want that we don't currently have is just outside of our comfort zone. And we can continue to take little baby steps forward and make minor little changes, but without a tribe or someone there to say, I see you, when you start to get scared or fall back into patterns that aren't as helpful, it's easy to kind of stay within your comfort zone rather than to continue to stretch your bubble a little bit. And that loving tribe was a game changer in our life. And like I said, it changed completely my daughter's health and the health of our whole entire family. And I want to share that same opportunity with you. So if you're interested in just having a conversation to find out more information, get a chance to become a little bit more clear about what could be helpful for your situation, I would encourage you to give me a call. Let's set up a time to talk. I'd spend about the first 10 to 15 minutes understanding your situation a little bit deeper and really getting to the heart of what you want to be different in the future. And then after that, I can offer some resources, some free helpful resources and other tips. Even if it's not working with me, if it's working with others, I have a great network of people and resources to provide. And then if it makes sense after that, I can share a little bit more about the way that I help people. But really more importantly, this is my way of giving back, because that one phone call changed my entire life. And I want to have the chance to help change your life if that's something that resonates with you. Just know that I'm here. Please click on the button below and sign up for a call and we can connect. I'd love to speak with you. Thanks and have a great day.